you've returned. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? So, where is that elf head? Do not tell me that you did not bring it with you. Because then, not only would I not pay you, I'd eat your fickin' body whole. So, show me the head. My word. You actually gone and did it. You actually got the head. Now, how did you manage to do that, I wonder? Oh, you have your ways, eh? Well, I'd like a play-by-play. But I think I'm going to have to investigate myself. Especially because I want to see those damnable elves in turmoil. Oh, yes. This is a genuine feckin' article. Oh, I can tell. That crown alone is worth, I'd say, maybe a quarter of my hoard. Look at all those beautiful gems. Oh, you are worth every copper piece. Good lad. Good job. Here. Alright, fine. It's time for your payment. It's been about 5 weeks now, let's see. And that's 4 coin apiece for each week. Outrageous. But I can't argue with these results. Fine. You know, as a dragon, I'm not adverse to math. But I want to see if you can do it. I want to ensure you're not going to try and rob me of more than you are worth, as agreed upon. $20 gold. For 4 weeks of work, how do you figure? What do you mean it's been 5? Oh, you're counting the time you left from this here cave. Alright, if you want to be counting that, you did leave here unscathed. If anything, you should be paying me for that. Me being so kind and generous to you, to let you live, lad. Fine. 20 gold, but not a touch more than that. No, you can't have it in platinum. You're daft. That's not enough. Don't you know how it works? What do you mean? The ratio from gold to platinum has changed. I don't give a feck. 20 gold. And that's all. And if you try taking anything else, I'll kill you myself. I agree, though, that you bringing me the crown and the head was a little... What's the word you people use? Extra. Yes, it is worth quite a lot on its own. I'll tell you what. Do you know why these jeweled helms are worth so much? It's because they can enhance magic. It stores it, you see, and you can use it later. Now this crown in and of itself also has another magical effect. It's a charm effect. Doesn't work very well for elves, but it's meant more for the negotiations with other non-elves. A way of keeping the peace, you see. If you could pry any of those jewels off, you can have it. Not the crown, the jewel. Go ahead, try. I'll wait. No such luck, eh? Aye. Do you know why that is? That's because it's not elven made. It's actually gnomish. Well, the gnomes enchanted it, but the dwarves were the ones who made it. I may not particularly like the taste of dwarf, but I do admire their craftsmanship. They make some of the most beautiful items you've ever seen. But the elves, they like to think that their work is so much purer, so much better. Always high on their own farts, if you ask me. Aye. 'Tis dwarven and gnomish make, I promise ye. And now that I have this crown, it's going to be very difficult for those who try and escape my horde. Oh yes, little thief, little assassin. I could very easily kill you, keep the gold, keep the head, and keep the crown. But then who would I scapegoat when they inevitably come looking for it? I'm sure they've got some kind of way of locating this item. And once it leads back to me, what will I do then? Do you know what a green dragon's breath turns into? That's right. Poison. I could let you just suffocate in there and leave you with nothing. Consume your corpse. Well, that isn't good business, now is it? So tell me, what will my next 20 gold buy me from you? You've already proven that you can take down a king. How will you further my wealth and consolidate my power against the elves? What more could you do for me? You planted something to make it seem as if it was the Inquisition. Oh, now that is tricky, and I didn't even have to tell you to do that. After all, Stregos and Sergein are closer to Cuthbert than anyone else. Oh, that's a mite wee tricky. I think I might be beginning to like you. Oh, that's a good trick indeed. Now we have to ensure that those elves get stuck facing against the Inquisition. Now that's a hard sell, because we all know that the Inquisition does their best to keep her at bay. Everything they do is to ensure that she does not rise again from her damnable empty tower. Now you may have told me the truth, telling me that you do not work for her, that eldritch abomination known as Jolene. And I'd like to believe you. So you swear that you're only doing this for my wealth, my gain, and for gainful employment for you. Now that's the biggest load of good shit I've ever heard. So what is it you really want, eh? I promise after your results, I am not gonna be taking your life. You fancy being with a green dragon? Oh, you mean in a physical sense? Why do I feel like you're trying to butter me up for something else? You know I can transform into human form. I'm not one of those kinds of dragons. I am a pure dragon, through and through. You think that you could do anything to pleasure me? Maybe not physically. The crown was definitely a nice touch. But no, I didn't think that you're actually capable of doing that. Not to mention the fact that I'm not necessarily attracted to human, usually. But you've shown an interesting cunning and guile, an interesting resistance, lad, that I cannot help but think that maybe if you prove yourself to me, I might reward you the way you're asking. But this is not proof enough that you're worthy to meet with a dragon. Oh, you sound so disappointed. Don't worry, you'll have another chance, I'm sure. So tell me, what are you willing to do to have that chance? To be one of the very few people to ever walk into my cave and survive, and maybe, if you play your cards right, someday be the first and only human to say that they've been with me, the legendary green dragon of the forest. Hey, look at you, so eager. You didn't even know my name, and yet you claim to want to lie with me. Aye, you wish to know my name now, eh? Fine. I have gone by many names. Forest Walker, Green Death. Once I was called the Green Hell. But these are titles, not names. My name is Greddryr. Greddryr the Green, Master of the Forest. Now tell me, man, little man, what are you gonna do next? You plan to assassinate the Lord High Commander of the Inquisition. Not exactly the highest ranking one. But I don't recall what they call the highest ranking. Isn't it just the Grand High Inquisitor? Wait, you mean Pope? Huh. Interesting. So those religious zealots have gotten a little bit more into their own breeches, eh? So who is the Pope right now of the Inquisition? You don't know yet. Aren't you supposed to be presenting me with news of the world as well? But why your target is someone so low on the rung, and not the Pope himself, then? Ah, yes, very good. You need the Pope alive to keep them in line, to keep things from going too crazy, in case Jolene does decide to try and make her way through our world. Excellent. So why this Lord High Commander, I wonder? Could it possibly be that he is the one that accused you first, and you've been wanting revenge? Or she? Perhaps a spurned lover, then? Oh, so you say that taking her out will make it far easier for you to blame Sergain for the death of the king. She's a religious zealot, but so are the lot of them. Not only are there paladins amongst their ranks, but inquisitors themselves are their own thing. You plan on making her out to be the scapegoat, leaving the murder weapon on her and everything. But then why would she be killed in turn? The elves will claim that they did not know about this. You gotta think a little bit better than that, little human. No. Why will a High Inquisitor kill the King of the High Elves, and then later be killed themselves and still no sign of the crown? They'll still trace it back to me. And that means, if they live, or if they offer enough gold, I can hand them you and tell them everything. You need to think smarter, human. I can be doing all the work for you. Another ruse. 'Twas not the High Elves that killed her. Then who? You won't be doing the killing. The Inquisition will do it for you. That's also going to be a hard sell. Who do you know is willing to betray one of their own Inquisitors for power? Now that's interesting. Corruption within the Inquisition is not unheard of. But that's going to be a lot easier to exploit. That's a good plan, little one. Go, enact this plan for me, and I'll make it well worth your while. Oh, and I do mean more in a physical sense, assuming, of course, you return in one piece. Go on then, little one. Don't keep me waiting. You've actually got me excited now. Go on, get. Oh, a wheel is in motion now. I should make my own plan.